Do I think my current job will have an impact on my children in the future? No, because I've swallowed every single one of them.
Welcome to the S.Banks&JD Network podcast. I'm your host, S. Banks, and I'm joined with my co-host,
JD Network.
And you've seen the thumbnail, you got the clickbait. Now, today's podcast this is what dating will look like in 10 years. So, looking at the current climate of dating, in my opinion, it don't look too good. I think a lot of men are they're just not wanting relationships.
They're fed up.
Yeah, they're fed up. But I'm saying, for example, men are the gatekeepers to relationships and women are the gatekeepers to sex.
Yeah.
To bedroom fun. But I think the roles are kind of reversed where women act like dudes now. They are very masculine and don't get me wrong, a woman's nature is being promiscuous, but this whole that culture, it doesn't make men want to settle down because men can be the traditional man. But then women are not traditional. So if husband, wife. So the man's going to be the husband, but that woman ain't going to be the wife.
What's she going to be?
I don't know, some form of concubine, side chick. In modern day terms, isn't it? I'm just saying, isn't it? But today in this podcast, we have a clip for you. We have two clips and we'll play them one after the other. But would you want to add on it if you want to add anything before we play the clips?
Well, yes. Like you said, the title is This is what dating will look like in 10 years. When you do see the clip, for me, this is how dating is right now.
Yeah.
This is how dating is right now. And in 10 years' time, I predict that it's going to be 10 times worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's all I have to say on that.
Yeah, it definitely will be, man. But anyways, we're not going to keep you in delay any longer. So here's clip number 1.
Do I think my current job will have an impact on my children in the future? No, because I've swallowed every single one of them.
You listen, men are supposed to wait. Listen. Men are supposed to, traditionally, you lot are supposed to worship the ground we walk on.
Okay, wait, hold on.
This society, can I finish?
Should we be traditional? Should we be traditional then? Iman, drop the traditional, please.
This is a problem with society. Traditionally, you are meant to worship the ground we walk on. You understand? We're meant to be here, you're meant to be there. That's why it's different. If God has blessed you with your queen, you better just grab her. Guys, I mean, look at this magnificence. Perfection. I'm a queen, darling, do you understand? I'm a woman, superior gender, do you understand?
I like just my own company. I'm so happy with myself, and I will never clean after a guy. I don't want to do your laundry. I don't want to cook for you.
Ridiculously large tongue check? Because, I can't be the only one with a massive tongue for no reason. It keeps going, and it's not even just long.
Why is it that when niggas is out cheating, we don't call them? We let y'all cheat. That us. I'ma cry later. But when I'm cheating, you wanna call me, you wanna meet up. No, suck my dick. Let me cheat. Don't cock block. Don't cock block. Don't be cock blocking. Let me cheat and then be mad. You didn't even let me cheat, so why you mad? I didn't even kiss the nigga yet. Cause you beasting.
Can you bring to the table?
I feel like I make my own money. I'm bossing up. I got my own shit going on. That's what I can bring to the table. Plus, I'm a loving person. I'm going to take care of the household. I'm going to make sure shit's straight in the house. Absolutely.
Do you suck dick? Do you suck good?
I do suck good. I won a sucking contest a few years ago.
Number 1 head dog. Where was that at? What was that? What contest is that, huh?
At the end of the day, if you live with a man, that's okay, right? But if you're putting all this responsibility, it's so many women that's like, oh yeah, he should pay all the bills. Okay, so what are you doing? So that's when it comes into, okay, well, what are you doing for him? The basic factors are cooking, cleaning, taking care of the household, right? Or taking care of the kids or whatever the case may be. But then you have all these women talking about they got their hand out, but baby, you don't even know how to cook. And even if you do know how to cook, your food is nasty. That's why he going to his side bitch and getting that.
Okay, that was the end of clip number 1.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
Well, let's start with the first one. She just said that she swallowed every single one of her kids.
Wow.
She a freak. She's a freak.
Now, as nice as that may sound to the ears of men, you got to think that this is the dating pool that men have to pick from. Now, women being promiscuous is the new normal.
It is, yeah.
People condone that.
They do.
Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't throwing no shade to the lady. She can do what she want to do. But I'm just saying there's a trade-off. Now, if you want to talk that talk, it's nice to me. But
to a certain point,
the outcomes that you want, as in finding a man long term, that behavior, that attitude, that mindset towards relationships and just casual hookups, that ain't the one. You're not winning.
No.
That's what I think. Well,
clearly her profession is in sex work. And well, that's what I got from it. I believe that's where she's at.
But the thing is this, right? Say that wasn't her profession. That's normal now. So you don't know if it's their profession or not.
That's very true. It is normal. It is. Let's say it is her. That's what she does, right? Now you can say, just like with what's it called? OnlyFans.
Okay.
And there's other avenues you can go down, which is of a similar thing.
Yeah.
I don't think these women think it fully through. Some of them may, but I think the majority don't. Now, I'll say this. If you're interested in having some form of a relationship in some point of your life, and this is your job, I think you really need to think it through. As in, would the guy want to take you on knowing that that's what
I don't know if you remember,
your job is?
I think, I don't know if I was watching it with you, I was watching it by myself, I don't know. But there was a woman and she did porn and she found a guy that she actually liked. He liked her. He wanted to, well, for her it was, oh, it doesn't play. Anyways, she went to cash out. It was all good for her. But then she was like sitting in the bath talking to herself, talking to social media saying, what if he finds out that I did OnlyFans? What if he finds out that what I portrayed myself to be, I'm not that person? So what she is now learning is that there's a trade-off.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not knocking on how someone gets their money. I'm not knocking the hustle. I'm just saying, if you do those kind of things as a female, there's a trade-off.
There is.
And
a big one.
You're not going to like the trade-off.
No.
You're going to get, I think women get it twisted based on the men, the men sliding in their DMs.
And the beta males, the desperate men.
Yeah, I think they get twisted on that
They
sense.
do. I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. They get it mixed up. They get hollowed out by these desperate guys. And it's like, would you even take them seriously? If you was to ask them, they'll be like, hell no.
But say they're getting hollowed at even the guys that they want. Those guys are not staying anyway. Doesn't matter.
No, they're not going to stay because of what you do.
Yeah.
There are some, there's a great area, but for the majority, that's not really going to happen. Yeah. They will hook up with you.
Slow Tuesday.
Pretty much.
Or Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, I don't know. whichever day.
Whatever day of the week. But, you know, they're not going to want to have children with you and do certain things with you. Like, throw marriage and stuff out the window. It's just not going to be that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying it's never happened before, but it's very unlikely that that's going to happen.
You got to think what we see, what you heard in the clip was just, it's normal now, right? And think about it like this, right? When a man is caught in a woman, trying to get to know her, right? What I see nowadays with women, if that's their, what's the word? If that's their audition for marriage, they didn't get the job. If they're auditioning for marriage, because I swear you're meant to put your best foot forward.
You are.
And that was it. I may as well just smash, have my bedroom fun, cut and go. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Well, I think a lot of men nowadays, they're doing that. And a lot of women, they don't like it.
But what is, women don't mind that. Or so they feel until they meet someone that they like.
Yeah. Or till when they start to get older and they realize that they can't demand the sort of men that they could before. Or they end up getting pregnant, or there's lots of different scenarios. And you know, the guy's like, nah, I'm good, man. Ain't trying to settle down with you. I'll have fun with you.
Yeah. I don't blame them.
That's as far as it goes. I just think when you're doing that sort of work, you seriously need to, you know, think it through.
These women ain't working. You're basing it off the woman in the first clip, right?
Yeah.
What about the others? Oh, my tongue is getting longer. She got a dude sitting beside her, right? Now, fellas, free game. If your woman's on social media like that, she's advertising.
Thank you.
Whether you like to admit it or not, she's advertising.
She is.
She's on lease with the option to buy. Now, you can think all you like. Not my girl. Yes, your girl too. I'm just saying, not all women are like this. I'm generalizing. But I'm saying there was clips in there and I'm like, this is what men have to deal with.
Well, yeah. Well, a lot of people won't see her necessarily, the girl with the tongue, that she did anything wrong sort of thing. I think
who wouldn't see that?
I'm gonna say women.
No. I'm gonna disagree with that. Women know exactly what the other woman's doing. Men that have been around the block see it too.
Yeah.
The blue pill naive men. What? She's just having fun.
Okay.
Her tongue's getting longer, innit?
There are some women that will also think that.
Again, there are some blue pill women, some naive ones.
Yes. Well, I agree with you when you said it's advertising, because it is. You're showing what you can pretty much do with your tongue. You're, you know, advertising fellatio.
Exactly.
Like, this is, you know, it's very clear what's happening there. Because let's be honest. Okay, my tongue is not like that. But whether I have a short tongue or a long tongue, why would I be sticking my tongue out in that manner and recording it and saying, oh, my tongue is just getting bigger and longer and yada.
One of my notes is this, right? How would these behaviors have been seen, I'd say 50, 60 years ago? How would it have been seen? Do you think it would have been looked down on? Do you think it would have been, woman's liberation?
No.
So we know with this, I'm going to say this third wave feminism, the trickling effect as it's come down to the new age, the modern woman. This is the outcome. This is it. Because no way those women 50, 60 years ago would have been like, yeah, man, women's liberation has brought us to this.
No.
People, what do you think? Put in the comments. What do you think?
Yes, everyone do that. We would like to know your thoughts also on this topic. It's a conversation.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But continue.
Yes, press that button. Listen, back in the day, it wasn't acceptable to do certain things. It was not acceptable. the women of today, well, obviously a lot of things have been normalized, so it's okay to do certain things now. It's okay to be, you know, a freak sort of thing. It's okay to be, you know, to run up your body count. It's okay to do certain things as a female nowadays, where back in the day is, you know, shunned upon.
I think women know deep down that, okay, if you meet a woman and you say to her, what's your body count? She's going to give you a low number because she knows deep down that that's not acceptable to men. She can lie and say, well, if men can do it, she can do it. But we know that that's not the case. In one of the clips, I can't remember the name of the podcast, but I'm sure people seen it. And she said, women are the goddesses and men should worship women. And the thing is, women nowadays, they see themselves as queens and divas and all these hierarchy kind of people, right? And it's like, men has made society so comfortable for women that they can afford to talk like this. But they don't understand that it's getting cold out there and winter is coming.
It is.
So to me, I don't mind. You can speak like that. It doesn't mean that you're getting the outcomes that you want. But for me, it's kind of like, really? Look how you're speaking, man. Come on now. Where's her husband?
She doesn't have one.
When I'm ready.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
And no shade, no shade. I'm just saying.
No, there's no shade. Everyone, you can do what you like. Do what you like. No one's saying to stop doing what you're doing. You can do as you wish. Her name is Lani. I believe.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Lani. And it's Backchat London.
Okay.
And they've done a lot of videos about certain topics. And in regards to this one that you just saw,
yeah,
like you said, this queen diva sort of mentality. My question is, where has that mentality got you? So you can, I'm not saying to think like low of yourself. I'm not saying to, you know, be like, oh, I'm not a queen, or I'm not, or not to see yourself as something great. I'm not saying that at all. You should think very highly of yourself. If you don't do it for yourself, who else?
I agree. But in saying that, I think women are putting themselves a bit too high in the dating market. For example, a woman that is average, which is, let's just say 5 is average, right? If you're numbering it from 1 to 10. So 5 is average. A woman that is 5 is expecting a dude that's an 8 or a 9. I'm not saying to you that this can't happen. That's the anomaly. But what's the word? Normal people just meet normal people. Everyone, average isn't a bad thing. Most people are average. But I think an average woman is expecting so much, and it's like, you're not being realistic.
Yeah.
That's why they're speaking of this queen and diva business, because they feel that they're so fly based on the overdose of simps. And for me, that's where things kind of get jacked up, and it's like, you're not being realistic. And when they do get with someone, they feel like they're settling.
Yeah. And then it turns to being in a relationship for a while and leaving that relationship, or getting married and divorcing your husband because it's like, well, I can do better.
Yeah, because what it is, they say, I've got options now.
Yeah.
And then what they want to, if they can go in the DeLorean back to the future, and they would go back to the future 60 years ago, and they'll tell their grandmothers, Granny, you know you got options, right? But at least those grannies or those women back then, they were feminine. They could cook, they could clean. And that segues me into one of my points here. Men try to vet and ask, what do you bring to the table? We've heard that question so many times. What do you bring to the table? Often the answer is themselves, me. Okay, in translation, the box.
Yeah.
That's what you bring to the table. They just think a relationship just requires them.
And that's it. You need to bring more to the table. Men are expecting more. Men have standards. As much as let's say the feminists try to, you know, make things out like men cannot have standards or can't think of the other word right now, but they do, and they expect more.
But when a man has standards,
you're not allowed to.
For example, yeah, we know we're not allowed to, but when a man does have standards, for example, if he says, "I want a slim, athletic woman," you're body shaming.
Yeah.
But a woman can say, "I want a dude 6 feet tall." Isn't that body shaming?
Well, yeah.
When they say you have little D energy, isn't that body shaming?
Yep.
So it's normal, right? It's normal for everyone to say that, right? But when it's a man, it's different.
It is.
That's the problem. Now,
when I say it is, I don't mean as in I believe that's correct, because it's not. Just like you said, if a woman says something and a man says something, why is it any different?
I agree, man. And obviously adding to my note, like when men say, "What do you bring to the table?" I know it's that when you ask that question, women have to, it's like you're putting a magnifying glass on the uncomfortable truth. It brings the harsh reality. It is what it is, because you say to them, "What do you bring to the table?" Me. But when you dig deeper, it's like, can you cook? Can you clean? Are you domesticated? Are you feminine? Are you peaceful? Are you a pleasure to be around? How can your degree help me? See, because I'm throwing it in there because I know they say I got a PhD. All right, cool. That's nice. How is that helping my thing? Oh, I make this amount of money. Oh, you gonna take me shopping? Nah, you're the man. See? You see? So then I'm supposed to be traditional, pay the bills and be the man. But what am I getting in return?
The box.
Why has everything got to be a transition? Transactional. Why has it got to be transactional? There's a difference between transactional and exchange. I'm not going to get too deep into that. Let's segue into clip number 2 and then we go from there. Okay. You have anything more to add before we do that?
I just wanted to add the Asian woman in that clip.
Yeah, do that.
Now, I hear this a lot from, well, I've seen a lot of videos of women saying very similar things. And I'm not saying that some single women are not happy being single. I'm not saying that, because there are some that's like, I'm cool where I'm at. I'm cool being by myself. Some people are just that sort of person to where they don't really need many people around them. They're just, you know. But she was saying she's happy being alone.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't think as a woman, I know men tend to be like whatever. They don't mind being by themselves. You lot are kind of hardwired that way. But women, we're social creatures. We like to have people around us. Yeah. I'm not saying all of us is like that, but I'm going to say for the majority, we like to have people around us. So when it comes to relationships, I believe that majority of women want to be in one. So in regards to her, she's like, oh, I'm happy being alone. I won't cook for my man.
She sounded like she was trying to convince us.
Yeah. And she didn't even sound serious when she was saying it. It came like she went to bust out and start laughing.
No, that's what I said. She sounded like she was trying to convince us of something.
She won't cook. She won't clean. She's fine being single, apparently. You know, to me, that's just kind of, well, selfish for starters.
That's up to her. If she wants to be selfish and she wants to not cook and clean, that's her situation, innit? But I'm just gonna say this. So many women say that I'm happy. She said she was happy, right? But then what they do is this. They take to social media a woman's digital diary and they sell you a dream. No, I'm not even gonna say theory. They sell you a dream and say, I'm so happy, just like the Asian lady did, right? And said, I'm not gonna cook and clean. I'm happy in my own right. Blah, blah, blah. I'm living good. But many women are on antidepressants, all kinds of medication for being unhappy. Women are sociable creatures. It's how you are. It's your software. You're sociable creatures. Men can chill by themselves. Now, you're gonna have some detractors say, but men and women are the same. Not the same. Not the same. My testosterone and your estrogen makes us both do different things. I'm not going to go into all of that, But I'm just saying that listening to her clip, it sounds like she's trying to convince us of something.
Yeah.
But many women, and this is fact, are depressed on antidepressants, all kinds of medication. When they turn that camera off, she's crying. I weren't there to see it, but I can speculate because I've seen people like this before and I know what it is. But whatever. Anyways, let's play clip number 2 and we'll come back and chop it up.
Able to rise 4 figures, no, like they just need to have. I feel like if I can't date someone who's unemployed personally, if you're not employed, unemployed, or you don't have like a side hustle that's making you bread, you don't have that.
You do know, guys. How are you 17, 18, 19 living off your mum still?
Bro, just be real. I'm a busy girl. I volunteer for the NHS. I work a lot. I do a lot of things. I do social media. I'm a busy girl. I want my man to be as busy as me, because when I'm busy doing all my things and he's just there free, what's he doing? Is he cheating on me? Like, I'm gonna be insecure. So I want a man who's got the same, you know, schedule type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like no one's getting my point. Everyone just wants to be a bum. Everyone wants to just be, oh, let's school. Let's stop using age as an excuse, because people can do it all.
So this guy that took me on a date, when he asked for the check, he asked the waiter to split the check. So while we were waiting for the check, I said, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And never fucking came back. Cause bitch, what the fuck?
Dressed today and having a tights and a halter top, and a man honks at me, it's my fault.
It's the fault of both. If you dressed in a way, you don't believe that a woman can dress in a way that can lure a man to him?
That's just like saying if a woman puts on a tight dress, she deserves to get raped.
No, that is not saying that. But because regardless of what a person wear, they don't deserve to get raped. But at the same time, let me make this example.
Please.
There are some men that drive a very fashionable car and look a certain way. And sometimes that look attracts certain women. There are certain looks that a woman can have on that make her appear that attract certain men. That's just a fact. You go buy a car because you're attracted to the look, even if you don't know the engine, how it works.
But that doesn't mean that it's our fault.
I do not like when a guy talks during sex, or when they go, oh, whose pussy is this? Whose pussy is this? Pussy's mine, and a lie. Like, first of all, this pussy's for everyone. This is everybody's pussy. Second of all, please just shut the fuck up and fuck me. Like, I don't want to hear you.
Yeah, man. That was the end of clip number 2. Yeah, man. Why you shut the F up, man? Why do some men talk themselves out of the vajayjay? I'm not going to touch on that. I'm not going to touch on that. I don't want to stray from the podcast. What do you think about some of the things you heard?
In regards to, I don't know what their show is called, but it was the black girls and guys talking.
Oh, the young people.
Yeah. I can't remember what their show's called, unfortunately. But yes, one of them made the comment of, how can you be 17, 18 and still living with your parents?
Okay.
Well, first of all, she still lives with her parents.
Yeah, but I bet if we asked her, where do you live?
She does live with her parents.
Who funds your lifestyle? Because we know, as being older, I'm not that old, but, you know, I'm older than them. And I've been around the block long enough to know that when I smell the BS, it's BS, isn't it? So she's saying, how can you be 17? Now, I'll say this. A man doesn't really come into his stride until he's about 35. You don't make a certain P till about 35. How does she expect a 17-year-old guy, even a 20, say she's 17 and she meets a dude, because women date they date across and up, but age ranges is between 3 and 7 years older than them. Now, let's just say the dude is 3 and 7 years older than her. I'm going to say that she's 17 or 18. And let's say she's 18. Even if she's dating a dude, 25. He's not going to be in his full stride. But then she's expecting that out of a 17-year-old equivalent to her. Then you ask her the question. You flip the coin now. So, where do you live? Mummies, what do you do with yourself? College? Oh, I've always been working. Working where? They have to be paying you what kind of wage? Like, you're not even letting it make sense.
I swear the legal age is about 16 when you can start working. So you're saying you've been putting in mad work from a year ago.
Some people say, look, I was working for this company when I was 14, 15, blah, 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 right?
Okay, so 2 years ago.
Okay, but there's only so much money you can make.
Exactly.
Why are you expecting the world out of some dude?
Because all they want nowadays is instant gratification.
They want instant gratification, but I think female is all, I think what the culture is now is about the external values.
Yeah.
They don't value, oh, this dude's masculine. This dude's a great leader.
It's
This
what you
dude's
can
got
give
all
them.
these great traits that women want. It's how much money, his finances. He's 17, staying at home with his mom. If I speak to 17-year-old people, right? I said, where you live? I expect you live at your mom's house.
Exactly.
I expect you, or mommy's paying your phone bill, and I expect you to be throwing tantrums and whatever. I get it.
17 and 18, where should you be?
But that's the thing. Feminism has trickled down and it's jacked up their minds, and they speak this ish.
Yes, and where else does it come from though? It comes from how they was raised. Who was they raised by? It's typically like single mother households.
Yeah.
Her mother, well, from what she's saying, I'm not saying her mother's a bad mother, but from what she's saying, she clearly wasn't taught right. Her grandparents may have
but
not.
say this right. Say she was taught right, but the way how society is, that's the culture. That's the new normal for young women to be expecting so much from a man. And when they meet, because women will say they get older, and they say, where has all the good men gone? You met him
Long time ago.
If you had 3 baby fathers, you could have been married 3 times. Whether you want to admit that hard pill, that's how the cookie crumbles. That was your situation. So women are meeting men that is equal to them.
Yeah.
But then because women are unrealistic, and if they're 5 out of 10, they're expecting an 8. But then let's say you met the 8 out of 10. What you want? Is that dude gonna settle down with you? Can you keep that man? Because if he's an 8 and he got options, why is he staying with you?
I think girls of that age need to worry more about that, in the sense of what can you offer this man? Not, of course, as women, we're going to think, okay, what can you offer me? First of all, you're 17, 18. How much can you really expect from a 17, 18-year-old guy? Just like, how much can you really give a 17, 18-year-old? What can you give as a 17, 18-year-old woman? How much can you give?
Men are merit-based, so we get better over time, like fine wine. Women get worse as time goes on. Whether people want to admit that or not, it is what it is. But I'm just saying that they can't cook, they can't clean. I don't get those wifely things from you, but then you expect husband things from me. Now, you have people that will say, oh, if you don't take them, if women will say, take me on all these extravagant dates, Salt Bay, Hakkasan, all these expensive restaurants, right? But then wouldn't you say that those kind of things are for couples, anniversaries and whatnot? Women are expecting these things on first dates.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing right here. So if she's talking like this, or if that's the mentality at 17, 18, 19, maybe go up to 21 and beyond, right? Listen, men may as well just do what they do.
Yeah.
If that's the mentality,
Well,
you're in the losing battle.
You are. For the fellas, it's like, if a female is expecting you to spend $1,000 upwards at a food
on a first
at
date,
a restaurant on a first date, you better expect some coochie, because how can you expect a man to be spending a couple of grands on you? What are you doing for him in return? Because men do want something in return.
Damn right.
What are you doing for him in return? And I don't always mean sexually. Of course, that's what a man would. Of course,
again,
men, that's what you want.
There's a transaction and there's an exchange.
But they just want, take me to Hakkasan, take me to Salt Bay, take me to all these places.
Yeah.
On the first date as well, yes. And, you had my time.
What about my time?
You had my...
Okay.
That's what you get.
If she's average, and I'm average, what makes her time more valuable than mine? But let's say this: women that are 5 out of 10 want 8, 9 out of 10. What would make this 8, 9 out of 10? she believes her time is more valuable than even 8, 9, or 10. Unrealistic. It's stupid to me. Now, another thing I have to bring back from the first podcast is one of my notes is this dick sucking contest.
Yes.
She won a D sucking contest, right? Now, fellas, I'll ask, but where's that contest at? Give us the address. I'm trying to figure out where that address was at because she won a contest. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where do they do that? I've never actually heard of this before. I've never heard of this before. It's crazy. It's like, okay, you've won a contest. So I take it was in front of people. There was a judge. You know, there was certain things and requirements and rules that had to be had. And your, you know, is that like, well, she's saying it like, yeah.
When I heard that, I
thought, wait, what? Exactly. Let me play that again because I don't think I heard it correctly. You heard it correctly. She won a competition.
And this is what men's meant to cash out with. And this is how dating is now. So you can only imagine what it would be like in 10 years from now. You know, and for me, one of my notes was like, women have all these requirements for men, but then when you require the same things or wifely things of them, then those women want to give you sign language and shame you they shame you for having standards.
Yeah.
They shame you for having standards.
I know.
Because I know if I was those young women, so where do you work? What do you do? Where do you live? They would only tell me about some college thing. But I know you don't have a degree, you're too young. What can you offer?
They can't
We know
really
what they can
offer
offer.
anything.
Exactly.
They're boxed and that's it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
What can, at that age, what can you offer as a female? What can you offer? Have you learned how to cook yet? Do you know how to clean the house properly yet?
Maybe.
Do
Maybe
you know
not.
how to even clean yourself properly yet? Because sadly, some girls of that age, they don't even know how to do the basics of their own, of their self, let alone being able to offer a guy anything.
And what about the female saying the vajayjay is for everyone?
We saw that a while ago. We've seen that clip a while ago. Now, in regards to her, hey, if her cooch is for everyone, then
listen, I ain't complaining, man.
Hey, what can I?
This actually makes the game easy for men.
It does.
Because like men before, we like the chase. Of course, we chase the easy ones because it's easy for us. But when it's time to settle down, you want a little bit of a chase, a little bit of a pushback or whatever. But she's saying it's for everybody, man. And then you got dudes that's going to wife these girls.
I don't know about that, fellas.
So when she's finished with the Brads and Chads and the Pookies and Ray Rays, then she wants to cash out. But there's a trade-off. Sometimes women being on the carousel wheel so long that they can't attach to a man. They can't pair bond.
Yeah.
Because they're always comparing one man, the last man, to a next man, to the new guy.
Very true.
And beyond. And for me, it's like, you ask the question, how many dudes you dated? How many people you slept with? Which I don't recommend you ask. But women are going to lie anyway. And they're going to say, oh, 3. But now you've got social media. They're filming themselves because women have a digital diary. And they're filming themselves telling you all the truth. You got all the information you need to know.
Yeah.
Now, we could have put together, there's many other clips that could have gone into this. We just picked a certain amount, the sweet ones, just for time reasons. But this is the dating scene now.
It is. It is.
Like, what do you think about that?
Well, like I said, she can do as she pleases. If that box is for all the fellas, then hey, fellas, go holla. It's for everyone. It's not just for one selected person. You know, dive in, man. Do
I don't
as
blame
you
them.
please.
Do your thing, but be careful. Strap up, man. No doubt. No doubt.
Definitely. And make sure you get checked up.
Yeah.
Anywho, I wanted to talk a little bit about the clip about the woman talking about wearing pretty much, wearing revealing clothing and getting hollered at on the road, and you know, should men be honking at you? Should men be hollering at you
on that radio
with
show.
how you're dressed? Right?
Okay.
Is it a woman's fault?
You dress how you want to be addressed.
Thank you.
But
I think
you had your point.
For me, I think it's very black and white. For me, you know,
But
it's my opinion.
They're going to argue the grey area.
You can argue the grey area. That's fine. Put in the comments as well. You can argue the grey area, but if you, just like you said, you dress how you want to be addressed. Now, if you've got, you know, your titties hanging out, your ass hanging out, all sorts of things hanging out, and guys holler at you. First of all, I'm sorry, ladies, you know what the hell you're doing, so just stop it right there.
Exactly. Just like let's use this. Sorry to cut you, but let's use this. It's just like when women go to the gym and they pretend they don't know what they're doing. They're trying to allure men in with the external bedroom fun. And when the guy looks, why are these guys perving over me? Don't try it.
Well, you do have, you know what they call them, magic tights.
They got the magic tights,
leggings that look like it's a thong sort of thing.
That was women's best friend. Now they got the ones with the little thing at the back where it looks like it's curbing the bum.
Yeah.
The little mark thing at the back.
All illusions.
People put in the comments if you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
And they wear that on purpose to make their bum look more perkier, more rounded, more voluptuous. You know, the freaks is getting turned on now. But anyways, that's what they do. Then when men respond how a man's supposed to respond, you say to me, why are you being turned on? Well, I'm a dude.
Well, I will say this. Women know what the hell they're doing. I go straight back to that. When you bought that item, you're thinking, yeah, I'm going to look good in this. Who are you trying to attract? Are you not trying to attract men? Yes. That's why you put it on. That's why you bought the item, right?
Yeah.
That's why you put it on. Just like you said, with the ones that go around your bum, the ones that make you sort of look like you got a thong on sort of thing. Those gym outfits, right? You go with the bra top on and nothing else on.
Yeah.
Your breasts are all there bouncing around and you're doing certain workouts and everything's jiggling. Of course you know what you're doing.
Let's say for example, let's put a scenario out there. So a guy is in the gym. That woman is trying to allure him in. She's on lease of option to buy. She's advertising, in better words. And one guy A, he hollers. She goes, "You're perving." But if it's guy B that hollers, she goes, "Hey, it's just who she prefers."
Yeah.
So she makes rules for betas and breaks rules for alphas, and that's free game for men.
Yes. If she likes the guy,
yeah,
then it's fine. Holla. But if she does not like the guy, it's like, oh, you're a perv, you're this, you're that, calling them all sorts of names, right?
Exactly.
But like I said before, ladies, you have to admit it. You know what you're doing. Men know what you're doing. Well, some men anyway. They know what you're doing. We know what we're doing with females.
This is the whole S revolution, liberation. This is what is fast forward it us to. So if women want to be like that, then hey, I'm just saying dating is looking like a Mazza in 2021. I can only imagine what dating would look like in 10 years from now. And people definitely subscribe, share, subscribe, comment. Tell us what you think dating would look like in 10 years. Do you agree with us? Like, it's bad now. Some people, look, there's the 80-20 rule. Now, 80% of men are invisible to women. And women might say, I've got all these options, but the options that are hollering at them, those women don't want. So for the 20% dude, of course, he's good either way. But then it's still getting harder because the women nowadays, the new modern woman, they're not built like the women 60 years ago. We can say nowadays, right? Don't date single mothers. Don't do this. The hazards. Don't do all these things. But if you rewind to 60 years ago, at least those women could cook, clean. They were submissive. They understood. They got it. They understood if there was an 8 out of 10, if I have a child, that bring me down a couple of notches. They get it. These women will, nowadays, fast forward, be 5 out of 10, have a couple of kids, couple of baby fathers, and they still think that they're a queen and a diva, and men should worship them. I don't know. People, put what you think. I don't know if you add anything more before we close out.
I would just say this to the ladies. If you are serious about meeting a guy, being in a long-term relationship, not these short-term little stupid relationships, long-term relationships, having children, settling down for real, not no joke thing, then you need to change your mindset. If you are one of these ladies that think like this in any of the clips, you need to change your mindset, because going down this road is a dark road, and you better turn left or turn right and stop going straight.
Yeah, I think women before them should, tell them that this is the outcomes and there's a trade-off.
But that's the thing. A lot of mums and a lot of grandparents and a lot of aunties, they do not tell the youngers these things. They have already lived that life. They already know what's going to happen, or the likeliness of where you're going to be if you go down that road, but they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. And I think that women need to understand that you're in competition, and those elders know what it is. They're almost like a clairvoyant, and they can see your future, but you just can't see it because you're basing it on today's culture and the simps or the beta males in your DMs that you think, is hollering, and you're getting misguided because you're thinking that the DMs, the dudes want to stay with you long term, and that's not the case. You're mistaking relationship, and courting you for real over bedroom fun. You're not understanding the two, and they don't get transaction and exchange. But I'm not going to go too deep into that. That was my fault. I don't know if you know anything more.
No, I don't have nothing more to add.
Okay.
I do. That was a lie.
Go on.
Subscribe, like, and leave a comment on your thoughts and what you think on this topic.
Yeah. That was our thoughts, man. But yeah, man. Much love for tuning in. I'm S Banks,
and I'm JD Network.
Peace.